And the energy is the Hermit card. So third day running, major card. For some of you, this is a Virgo person, sun, moon, or rising. For others of you, perhaps you are dealing with teachers or people who give you advice or information. It could be a spiritual advisor. It could be today you're seeking something, and that something may be coming into your awareness. Someone is shedding a light. Either you're shining a light on some issues, or someone else is shining that light for you. So you may be seeking some form of wisdom, and it's a day where you're going within to gather your thoughts, to reassess the situation, and you may want to be alone today. Maybe you're waiting patiently for something. So you're in a period of preparation of some sort where perhaps you've isolated yourself by choice. It's a day where maybe you're taking a mental health day. Or maybe that Hanged Man card 2 days back, you made a choice, you're working on something important. Maybe it's a book or research paper or some form of study. Maybe you're really getting into your spiritual practice. Maybe you're focused on your physical health and issues connected to aging. Maybe you have a lot of healing cards this week. So for some of you, this is about healing physically, maybe, again, issues related to aging. It's also a conscious awareness of life experience, the wisdom that comes with getting older. This is a very karmic card. And once again, the idea of tying up loose ends is important. Today is a day where things you've been putting off, things you've been avoiding, you're taking a closer look at that, either by choice or by necessity. And the Hanged Man card 2 days back said, you may have needed to readjust, change your perspective. And something about today is going to challenge that very thing, your beliefs, your understanding of a situation, and you may be surprised, taken aback by what you discover about a situation, about another person, and even about yourself. And today may feel a little bit stressful, but this is also a very spiritual card that means you're protected as you make that leap of consciousness, as you gain enhanced awareness. So it may come through a stressful situation or some form of crisis, but the universe has your back. And this is a day for you to take things in, to be observant, to be analytical, philosophical, objective, detached about life, rather than, using the Chariot card, the overarching influence, and being reckless and emotional. Because listening is where you learn. And what people are doing, their actions speaks volumes. It's not necessarily what people say today, it's what they do. And if you step back and observe, you may see the disconnect. So this is a day to rely on yourself. Use your intuition, your inner voice, your common sense, and don't necessarily rely on other people to keep their word. Because yesterday's card, remember, said somebody's feeling the pressure to be something that they're not necessarily. So they may say anything in order to keep that flow of attention or that connection going. So it's a day where you have to realize you can't necessarily depend on others, but you can depend on yourself. And if you do, you can make choices and decisions that are best for you and that goal you hope to achieve. So taking this intellectual outlook to plan, the future and your advancement is important. And you can only do that, once again, by seeing yourself clearly, seeing others clearly, and seeing a matter for what it really is. Not with the Hanged Man card, how you would like it to be, of course, if you're using that card in the shadow. So today is a day where once you gain the clarity to see something clearly, you can actually realign your goals very quickly and very easily that are more suited to you. It's a day where maybe you're, communicating with others. Maybe you've made a conscious choice to tell someone only what's necessary and not one bit more of information, especially if you're in circumstances where you're simply biding your time. Maybe there's some conditions that you know you're about to get out of, but to reveal that right now may not be to your advantage. Or there could be something, that you're keeping under wraps. But in today's progress, make sure that you're not so single-mindedly focused on one thing, one area, that something gets away from you, something falls through the cracks, something you forgot to attend to because you were so focused over here. Or if you're trying to get an answer or to the root of something, make sure that you step back, because you may think that the answer or the problem or the situation is happening over here when really the action is over there. Now, again, today is a day where you could find yourself in conflict with other people. This is a confrontational card. As spiritual as it is, there's a tendency toward criticism and superiority in whatever capacity. And so you may feel compelled to push some buttons, to push some boundaries, so that maybe you can prove yourself. But this is going to be a battle that you're going to lose in the end. The message is to listen, not to dominate, to use an intellectual approach, not an emotional one. And so if that occurs or plays out, you're going to discover that you don't know what you thought you knew. So it's a day to be logical, to come into some kind of awareness about a situation. Now, being alone, you have to make sure this is not excessive isolation where you end up feeling lonely, or you've acted in a way where you've been exiled or rejected. It may be that you're a little bit too self-absorbed, or you're caught up in some self-pity, or you're suspicious, or again, prone to escapism, not wanting to deal with matters, refusing to grow up, and as a result, either seeing yourself as a victim or actually being victimized because you didn't see something clearly. So you can work for yourself today, or you can work against yourself.